And this is Wide Open Spaces. My name is Rourke, and today in the studio, two major players in the Texas music scene. One has been writing songs for quite some time, started her own record label, and has put out 11 CDs since her first one came out in 1996. Terri Hendrix, welcome to KPFT.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good to see you again.
Hey, good to see you too.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've been in town.
I did. It was early, but it was nice, enjoyable.
I appreciate you getting up and coming to play live for us. And the other, a vocal major from HSPVA right down the street here in Montrose. She is an avid supporter of numerous charities, has released 15 albums, and just happens to be the official state musician of the state of Texas. Are you still wearing that hat?
No, I just gave it to Lyle Lovett.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sara Hickman. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Rourke.
Okay, well, Willie Nelson had it last, then you just wore it for about a year, and now you just passed it on to Lyle Lovett, so you're sandwiched in between.
Yeah.
Which is what Lyle Lovett told you, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I bet it never gets tired. Now, is it like being the president? Do you get to wear that hat forever? Are you always?
Yeah, you're always a state musician once you're a state musician, but they don't give you a hat. You don't get a tiara, you don't, there's nothing. You get a nice brown document that you can hardly read, but I'm not ungrateful. I'm very humble and excited.
Now, does it come with, you must play a gig at the state fair?
No, it doesn't come with anything. There wasn't any duties or, which I thought was surprising. So I asked if I could be proactive with it, and they were kind of surprised by that, and they said, "Sure, go ahead."
And you did some amazing things.
And we can talk about that later.
All right, we'll talk about that later. You guys are coming together to play tonight over at the Mucky Duck, and I don't think I've ever seen you guys on the same bill here in town together. Is that correct?
No, this is the first time.
So how did you guys cross paths, and when I'm sure it happened many, many years ago.
It must have been around 1997.
Nope, 1995, because it was before I had Lily.
Wow, that's a long time.
Do you remember
ago.
where you were? I saw you first.
Yeah, we were at. I saw you at Executive Surf Club. You had Paul Piercy.
Oh, I remember the first time I met you was in the woods at this all lesbian festival. And you were on the stage singing, and I was over to the side, and then I came up and sang, and I was like, "Wow, you're amazing!" And you were really shy, or maybe you were just quiet at that point, but you were like, "Oh, thank you," and I was like, "You're adorable." And it was dark; it was hard to see, but the ladies liked us. That was the exciting part.
You got to please the ladies.
And so, how did you guys decide to come to town together? And I know that you have a few gigs. You're going on to Fort Worth and somewhere else after that, I think.
Longview.
Mm-hmm. So what inspired this little get-together?
Well, we talked about it before, and the time was never right. Mm-hmm. Take it, Terri.
Yeah, it's the time is right for right now to make it happen. So here it is.
Well, fantastic. And are we the first to taste this pairing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
So are we.
Right. Well, I guess who's going to go first this morning?
I guess I'll bet.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.
Terri Hendrix live in the KPFT studio, and we'll get around to some Sara Hickman coming up next.
Okay.